Hello, students and listeners at home. My name is Iwueze from Department of Physics in St. Charles College, Onitsha. Today, our online lesson is on reflection of light by plane mirror. Now, let us go into the specific objectives. By the end of the lesson, you students will be able to list types of reflection, state laws of reflection, state principle of reversibility of light, define lateral inflection of object, define real and virtual image of an object. Calculate number of images formed by plane mirror. Calculate angles formed by rotation of plane mirror. Now let us go into the lesson proper. Reflection of light at plane surface. When light is incident on a surface, it is either absorbed, transmitted, or reflected. Reflection is simply the reappearance of rays of light when it is incident on a plane surface, Types of reflection. We have two types of reflection: regular reflection, diffuse or irregular reflection. Regular reflection. Parallel rays of light incident on a smooth or polished surface are reflected as parallel rays in one direction. Now, in regular reflection, you see that the rays of light is reflected as it is incident on a plane surface. So you can see the diagram on the screen. The diagram on the screen, look at the arrow that is pointing downwards. The arrow pointing downward is the rays of light. It's an incident ray. Now the one that is going out is the reflected ray. So this incident ray, when it hits on a surface, is going to reflect parallel as it is incident on a surface. Diffuse or irregular reflection. Parallel rays of light incident on a rough or irregular surface of a cloth give rise to scattered or diffuse reflection. Mirrors produce regular reflection, but a page of book or the surface of cloth give rise to scattered or diffuse reflection. Now, you can see that in regular reflection, the rays of light is always parallel. The reflected ray is always parallel as that of reflected incident ray. But in scattered reflection, you see that the surface, when the surface of an object is rough, the incident ray on that surface is always in a scattered direction. Look at the picture on the screen showing you irregular or scattered reflection. Look at how it appeared. The reflected rays are the arrows that is pointing outwards, while the incident ray is the arrow that is pointing downwards. Now look at the arrow look at the difference. You see that they are in a scattered direction. It never appear as the incident ray. So that is what happened in irregular reflection. Laws of reflection of light rays. Number one, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. Number two, the angle of incident I is equal to the angle of reflection R. Principle of reversibility of light states that the path of a light ray is reversible. Images formed by a plane mirror. A virtual image is one that cannot be caught on a screen. It is one through which rays of light do not actually pass, but which is nevertheless visible to the eye. Now, in visual image appears as an apparent image or formation of an object. For instance, if you have a well or an underground tank at home, you see that when the underground tank is being filled by water, the underground tank, when you look inside it, the height or the depth of the underground tank will appear as it is nearer than the original depth of the underground tank. That is apparent appearance of the underground tank. Ray image. A ray image is one that can be caught on a screen. Light rays actually pass through a real image. Parallax. A parallax is the apparent relative movement of two aligned objects when they are not at the same distance from an observer. The apparent appearance or movement of two aligned objects when they are not at the same distance from one another. So lateral inversion is due to the fact that an object is perpendicularly opposite its image behind the mirror. When you also place your right hand on a mirror, it will appear as left hand. So that is one of the examples of lateral inversion of image. That in lateral inversion of image, you see the image of an object in an inverted form. For instance, placing your right hand on a surface of a plane mirror. You see that when you're looking at that, your right hand on the surface of a mirror, it will appear as if it is your left hand. That is lateral inversion. Now look at another example of lateral inversion of an image. Look at the word map. The word map appears as spark on a plane mirror surface. Look at in the original word map, M started the word map followed by A, lastly P. But in the lateral inversion of this word, you see that P started first, followed by A and M. Characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. 1. It is the same size as the object. It is virtual. It is laterally inverted. It is as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. It is upright. Number of images formed by plane mirror. When two mirrors are placed at an angle to each other, an observer sees several images of an object placed in front of the mirrors. The number of images formed depends on the angle between the mirror according to the formula. The formula for number of images formed by plane mirror is given as 360 over theta minus 1. Number of images formed by plane mirror, n is equals to 360 over theta minus 1, where n is the number of images formed, theta is the angle between the mirrors. Now, for instance, when theta is 90 degrees, and you are trying to find the number of images formed by the plane mirror. Now, from the formula that we have as n equals to 360 over theta minus 1. Now, replacing theta by 90 degrees, we are going to have 360 over 90 minus 1. Then, when you simplify, you are going to have n equals to 3. That is 3 images is formed in the plane mirror. When theta is 180 degrees, you substitute inside the equation. The equation is 360 over theta minus 1. Now replacing theta with 180 degrees, you are going to have 360 over 180 minus 1. So when you divide, when you simplify, you are going to have n equals to 1 image. One image is formed. Then when theta is 0, you are going to have the number of image formed. That there will be multiples of image formed on the screen of a mirror. The number of image formed is infinity, n equals to infinity. Kaleiidoscope or periscope. Kaleiidoscope or periscope. The kaleidoscope is a toy which uses the above principle to produce multiple of images. It consists of a tube in which two mirrors are fixed, inclined at an angle of 60 degrees. So in the formula that we see above, in the number of images formed by plane mirror, that we try to find the number of images formed by plane mirror. In kaleidoscope, a two-plane mirror is placed at an angle of 60 degrees. So when these two-plane mirror is placed at an angle of 60 degrees, you see that the two-plane mirror will produce multiples of images. So that is what happened in kaleidoscope. Periscope. Periscope is a practical application of reflection by plane mirror. It is an instrument for looking over barriers or obstacles. In particular, they are used in armored tanks by soldiers to see out above the armored plating. So in this periscope is being constructed with a plane mirror. The plane mirror is placed at an angle of 45 degrees. Effect of mirror reflection on a reflected ray. If the incident ray has a constant direction and the mirror is rotated through an angle theta, the reflected ray is rotated through an angle 2 theta. Now let us look at the example number 1. The reflection of a narrow beam of light incident normally on a plane mirror falls on a meter rule parallel to the mirror and at a distance of 1 meter. Calculate the angle of rotation of the mirror if the reflected beam is displaced 21.26 cm along the meter rule when the mirror is rotated. Solution. Okay, now look at the diagram on the screen. The diagram is showing a ray, an incident ray and the reflected ray. Then when the mirror is then shifted or rotated, you see that the ray of the light will be at another distance, p, with an angle 2 theta. So look at M. You see the arrow, that is 1 meter. The height of the reflected ray is 1 meter. Then you have to find the angle. The distance of the reflected ray horizontally is 21.26 cm. Now for us to find the angle of the reflected ray, you make use of tan theta to find the angle of reflected ray. So remember that from your idea of mathematics, tan theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. Now, remember that from the diagram, we have the angle there to be 2 theta. Now, replacing theta with 2 theta, we have tan 2 theta is equals to 21.26 over 100, because the 100 is the one meter that you see on the diagram, the 1 meter. When you convert 1 meter to cm, it is 100 cm. Then you have the 21 cm is from the horizontal distance of the reflected ray of light on the diagram. Then when you then divide, you have 0.2126. Then finding the tan inverse of 0.2126, you are going to have it as 12. Then you then divide 12 by 2. You have the angle to be 6 degrees. Summary: types of reflection: regular and scatter reflection. Laws of reflection: number 1, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. Number 2, the angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflection. A visual image is one that cannot be caught on a screen. It is one through which rays of light do not actually pass, but which is nevertheless visible to the eye. A real image is one that can be caught on a screen. Light rays actually pass through a real image. Number of images formed by inclined mirror. You have n equals to 360 over theta minus 1. Effect of mirror reflection on a reflected ray. If the incident ray has a constant direction and the mirror is rotated through an angle theta, the reflected ray is rotated through an angle 2 theta. Now, we have come to the end of the lesson. I want to use this assignment to test your understanding. Number 1, list 2 types of reflection. 2, state 2 laws of reflection. 3, make a lateral inversion of a word, U. Number 4, calculate the number of images formed by a plane mirror at an angle of 60. Do the assignment and submit through my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number is 07035779845.